Hello, welcome to Access at E3. We've just been to the Bethesda conference and we're going to talk about Fallout 4.
Yes,
because it's probably the biggest thing in the world ever at the moment, actually. Specifically, why we think Fallout 4 could possibly be the most immersive open world game ever. And Holly, you've been really organised and made some notes about it.
Because I do this whatever show we go to. I write pages and pages of notes, and then I write them out real nice in the best handwriting so that we can read them.
It's a good job you do, because none of us can remember it. Oh, well, let's have a look at these, by the way. Oh, we got
we
some
did.
toys.
We did get our little toys when we left. We had Dishonored, Fallout, and Doom. I love them.
They'll go on the shelf. Anyway, let's get into it.
All right, let's kick off with the release date, right? Because that's such a massive deal. So this is coming the 10th of November this year, which is
soon.
Really, really soon. And this is like a big one for me because, especially around E3, loads of things leak and news gets out there. But sometimes when companies manage to keep secrets for as long as they do, you get to have these incredible announcements moments.
They've been working on this game for 6 years.
Yeah, 2009.
And they've just shut up about it. And they have this thing where they announce it, then they show loads at E3, and hey, it's coming out in 3 months. Yes!
And that is just one of those
great
things about things not being leaked early, is that they can do these beautiful announcements properly. And I mean, remember when they had the thing going up on the website and the countdown timer, and people were just losing their minds, and that hype and excitement is just, it's really nice to have. And then ending with the release date, I think it's incredible that you can still do that.
Yeah, well, let's get into the game, because one of the most exciting things straight away that we saw was that you get to see the world of Fallout pre-apocalypse.
Yeah, no, they have a lot of games
really
like this
exciting.
that I'd love, because another sort of pre-apocalypse game for me would be BioShock, and you never saw that world pre kind of the fall of Rapture, and I always wanted to. So this is great. I love the idea that you can, maybe not loads of it, but there's just enough there to give you that feeling.
The intro story bit, like we saw the character customization happened in a mirror with the husband and a wife looking at themselves in the mirror. You can be the guy or the girl. Little slide. There's no kind of messing about in loads of menus, adjusting face, eyebrows, jaw, and it's you just put a slider on a face and tweak it until it looks like you.
There's a couple of people that will think this is a bit daft, but if anyone has played lots of Bethesda games before, come on, RPG hair options.
Yeah.
Right, there's never enough good hair options for characters, so I'm really hoping they've got the hair options down this time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like you start at the beginning, and this kind of pre-war bit is where you do most of your character building. It's where you create your character. It seems to be where you set your stats as well. We saw with Vault-Tec came to the door and they asked a bit about you. Tell me about yourself, sir. And it was when you got to pick your charisma and your intelligence.
Yeah.
And it seemed like it was almost, I want to say, tutorial bit of the game, but you always get a bit at the beginning where you set all this stuff up, and it seems the pre-war is that bit.
And I loved the humour in there as well, because Fallout 3 had loads of little wry bits of humour in it, and just the way you shut the door on the Vault-Tec guy.
Done now.
Thank you, bye. And also the fact that your robot can say 1,000 names. Like, I really hope Pearson is one of them. If my robot goes, "Oh, Mr. Pearson," that'll just be...
Bennett must be in there.
Bennett will be, yeah.
Bennett
you'll
will
be
fine.
fine.
That's pretty there. Jackson probably
Jackson will be in there. Dighton won't be
in there. Probably won't be in there. Sorry, Nate.
But yeah, that was just really cool. Just a cool little touch to help you get in there.
And the voice as well, which is a big deal for these games, because sometimes when you want an open world game where you very much lead the story and it's very much your adventure, some people putting voice in can sometimes maybe take away from that. So it's a real bold choice to get the character voiced.
And they were talking about the conversations and how they worked as well. And usually in Fallout 3 and Oblivion and Skyrim, you'd be sucked into this kind of freeze frame kind of conversation where the world would stop and the guy or the woman you're speaking to would just be blah 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 straight at the camera. You couldn't do anything, and now you can end conversations. You can walk away from conversations. You can shoot people in the face mid conversation. It's much more natural. And
Bethesda have always sort of tried to have that to their games as well. They do try and make things feel a little bit more natural than what they were, and how you might act, especially in the wastelands of Fallout, where there's always been quite good options of how you want to deal with things, and that overarcs into the whole story as well. I mean, the old Fallout games especially, you could do them without killing anyone.
Yeah.
Which is, a huge thing for an open world game like that.
Yeah, what's next on your exciting list of notes? Because
Oh.
are we into the big stuff?
Yes, so when the game does start,
Yeah.
it is set in downtown Boston, and it's actually 200 years after
Yeah.
what happened when the bombs dropped and you ran to the vault. But it still seems to be you.
Yeah, so we don't know story-wise what has happened
Why?
in Vault 111.
Sounds like you woke up from something.
Yeah.
And you sort of say, oh, I don't remember what happened after I woke
Yeah,
up. I'm here, and you're like, okay, right, something's happened in 200 years.
All we know is that you're the sole survivor of Vault 111. 200 years after you went down into the vault. So
Exactly.
something happens in Vault 111 that's probably not very good. But you emerge in this far more colourful than usual post-apocalypse.
Yeah, I have to admit, it was a little bit more spry than what I'm
Yeah.
used to seeing. In first or third person.
Yeah, first or third
which
person.
was quite
You
interesting.
can have conversations in first or third
I
person.
quite like third, you see. I play most third person, whether it be shooters or RPGs. I quite like a third
Dogs
person.
in it, and you can make the dog go and fetch stuff for
Yeah,
you.
so we all know that nothing bad can happen to that dog, right?
No, I
Like,
hope not.
I emotionally won't cope
No.
if anything bad happens to that
It's
dog.
like when your horse dies in Skyrim.
No, like
You have to
nothing.
take some time out. And
Nothing can happen to that dog,
no,
which
nothing
is
will
amazing.
happen.
But the
I'll
ability to like
protect him and everything.
give the dog commands, had to go fetch things and bring them back, and the dog fighting alongside you as well. And yeah, I'm always up for a bit of like buddy companioning with my pet dog.
Yeah, but let's get into the real meat of the new stuff that they showed that really is going to completely shake up how Fallout is played.
It was incredible.
Firstly, the settlement building stuff. It's like a whole other game. Like
That was ridiculous.
It reminded me of Dark Chronicle on PS2. I don't know if you ever played that.
Yes, I had Dark Chronicle.
The diorama system. Basically, you have this amazing RPG, and then on the side, you have this
It's another game.
like
It
town
qualifies as
building
another game.
You can build your own home, but it looks like you can also build entire towns, and traders can come there, raiders can attack it, so you have to defend it with turrets, you have to power it with generators, and you can link the power to the street lights.
That's when it blew my mind. At first it was like, right, we're just building a house out of the scraps we
Yeah.
get, and then it's like if you build a really big house, people want to move in, and traders, they'll have better gear and better equipment. And then he started putting the generators in and linking these generators to not just to lamps, and then turrets, and then the lights as well. And people were making, and we saw the letters die, and then we saw a giant Pipboy,
Fallout
jet-
Vault Tech Boy, yeah.
Yeah, and
But
it was just incredible.
they can be like 30, 40 hours just doing that.
Well, that's one because you'll have to go
Yeah.
around and collect the bits you're going to need to build it, and you're going to see online because someone will upload it. Oh, this is what I've been. Be like, oh, right, where'd you get that from? You're like, okay, well, you found this bit. I found it here, and then you're going to have to go off on this mission. And I'm sure some of the best pieces will be hidden behind like missions or in caves and things, or have quite high level monsters in them that you're going to have to go and get. And
Yeah, it just gives you an
Just
incredible opportunity to interact with an open world in a way that we haven't really been able to do in certainly Bethesda RPGs before. Like, you really can shape this world. It's your world to...
yeah, and they've purposely
You
built
make
them in.
your own story in it. And I also loved how items in the world can be dismantled to make new ones.
Yes.
You're not just finding random bits of stuff that just sit in your inventory for 40 hours and you hold on to them because you think they might be useful somewhere down the line,
It's
but
like
they never are.
The Witcher did something similar as well, with being able
Yeah.
to dismantle and then use those items
Yeah.
to build something more useful in the future.
Build useful stuff, you can build decorations for your house, or the most exciting bit was the weapon customization, which looked near endless.
So I want to say it was 50 base weapons with 700 different mods.
It's mad.
Which is really insane. I mean, we're not
Yeah.
talking Borderlands, Gazillion, quadruples, whatevers. But that's a hell of a lot. And that'll really change things. So you're going to want to get the best items and the best weapons.
Yeah.
And again, they are not going to be easy.
I mean, she's got like a laser rifle as the base weapon, but you can turn it into a laser shotgun or a laser sniper rifle or a laser automatic
bat
rifle.
with a saw on the
baseball
end,
bat
Rob.
with a saw on the end
What
of
else
it.
would you want if you could just have a baseball bat with a saw on the end?
And also, you can customize your own power armor, which looks really cool. There's a sequence where we saw him stepping into it, and then he got the minigun out and starting
And not
to
even
mowing down
not even
super
power
mutants.
armor. There was actual just, you saw them coming out, you had the Vault 111 suit on, and then first it was like a leather harness, and then they saw very briefly, you saw him wearing something much thicker, much heavier, much more custom built looking, and then you've obviously got this is the power armor.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like they've really taken a little bit of everything and really pushed it
Just the
further
way
for
everything
crafting.
in the world seems to be there for a purpose.
Exactly, and that's the
Everything
difference.
enables you to actually do something to the world and have a meaningful impact upon it. just looks like it's going to be amazingly immersive, and I can't wait to get stuck into it. To wrap up, I guess we should mention...
Yes, this is so cool. I mean, my house is full of collectibles and
It's
full
going to
of
be
special
full of
editions.
new one now.
And they announced the Pipboy Collector's Edition of Fallout 4, which basically gives you your own Pipboy that you can put your mobile phone into and download an app, and it's a real working Pipboy that is... I mean... Yeah, I really want it.
It's a second screen, basically, that you wear on your wrist, and when you go into the menu, the Pip-Boy in the game, you can just do it on your actual wrist, and you can touch it, because it's a touchscreen app on your smartphone.
That's so
and
cool.
You can just customise you do everything you can in the game, but on your wrist. And the line Todd Howard used to describe
You can,
this,
yeah, you
I
can
can't
have this.
I can't repeat
You
it
can.
on the camera. No, I can't.
No, yeah, you really can't.
He said it along something like it was the best second screen.
App ever,
The
yeah.
something best second screen ever, but yeah, that made me incredibly excited.
Yeah, no news on that
Excited.
when that's going to be available to pre-order, but I guess I'll be in there pretty early. I'll have to make room. There'll be more shelves will be going up in
will
my
be.
house to fit this kind of stuff on. But yeah, I guess I'll let you wrap up then, Rob. You did the
Yeah.
intro, so you can do the wrap up
Okay,
as well.
that is Fallout 4, and why we think it could be the most immersive open world game ever. Make sure you stay tuned to the channel, because it is E3 week. We're going to have absolutely tons of videos on the channel, so make sure you stay tuned.